today I'm going to dish out a controversial truth of mine that many people are not happy with whatever I say it. And the topic of my talk for today is if you want peace, don't marry. Now I'm speaking to women. It also could apply to men, but you know that most of my advice is always to women. If you want peace of mind as a woman, don't marry. Some people are going to come under my comment section and say, but you're married. Yes, I've been married for 12 years now, and I still say these things repeatedly. So why do I say it? Another group of people will go and say, maybe she's suffering in her husband's house, so maybe her husband is not treating her well. Lie, lie. If you're counting 1,000 Nigerian women, I'm telling you, you will not count up to 10 people that have the kind of freedom I have in my relationship. So this has nothing to do with my husband. Okay. This advice, I got it at the time I was already married. I had already gone some years into marriage, and one of my most respected mentors told me that people who want to marry should be ready for problems. And of course, I was already married and I could relate with what he was trying to communicate. But of course, our religious mentality, Nigerian mentality, does not allow us to openly say these things. But I tell you, behind closed doors, these things that I say in public, a lot of people agree with me. A lot of people align with me, but they will never come out to openly declare it for reasons best known to them. I'll tell you why I said if you desire peace as a person, as a woman, don't marry. I will tell you why I have said these things I'm saying. Even though I'm 12 years old in marriage, I am still on this path. This is my position. Number one, if you like problem, if you are ready to increase the scope of your problem solving skills, if you want to, if you enjoy solving problems, there's nothing wrong. Just sign up for marriage because that's actually what happens. If you look at your own life as an individual, you have problems you're already dealing with. You have problems of food you want to eat. You have your problem of your shelter. You need to pay your rent. You need to buy a car if you think you need a car. You need to make certain expenses for yourself. Then imagine when you have other people added to that. So that is problem number one. People don't say these things, but that is the reality. People don't go through reality checks. So if you as a person, you know that there are issues that you're dealing with, or, as an individual, just know that those issues are multiplied by, I don't know, exponentially once you get into marriage, because you're going to be dealing with not just your own issues, but other people's issues. Let me give an instance. For me personally, I'm not a foodie. You can already see from my weight that I'm not a foodie. I'm not fat. I don't eat much. But because I'm married and I have kids, I have to daily, one of the problems that I face daily is that I have to constantly think of food. So already today, I'm already thinking of what to be for lunch and what will be for dinner. But if it was just me, I may not even bother. Like today, I've not had any meaningful thing. I could snack on carrots, apple, I could just be, nibbling things here and there. I know I've taken a bit of oats this morning when my first son was having his breakfast. I just took a little bit. So that is how I may just be eating little things here and there. And before I know it, I may just go on like that till 12 or even till afternoon. And maybe at the end of the day, I'll just have one meal. But not so. For me, having a family, I have to find a way to think of their food. So that is one problem I have to deal with every day. So that's what I'm talking about. So that is an example from me. On a good day, I'm not that person that loves to cook. I don't enjoy kitchen business, but I don't have a choice. I have to do it now because I'm married. So that is one problem that I have to deal with whether I like it or I don't like it. So you're beginning to understand what I'm saying. So that is that on family level. So if you want peace, don't marry. Yeah, so because I decided to group this into several categories. At least I've given you a bit of insights of what can happen to you when you get married. You move from single state to a married state. You're going to begin to think of other issues beyond your own life. Number two, one of the major problems that women face in marriage is the kind of man they get married to. That is a very, very big thing. Now you're going to be sharing your life with that partner who didn't grow up with you. He's exposed to several things that you weren't exposed to. So both of you need to walk through some time of adjusting to each other. And that is if the man, believes that he needs to adjust. Because our African society believes that it's a woman that should adjust. A man, is just that God that we should come to serve. Unfortunately, that's not working well in our generation. A lot of women are rebelling against these things. I'm a very big rebel and fan of it. I don't think I can work with a man who thinks that it is the woman that needs to adjust to him and he doesn't need to make any adjustments. So that is one issue you're going to face. You're going to be living with somebody who two of you need to start adjusting to your way of doing things. And there has to be a meeting point at the end of the day. And we don't know when this meeting point will happen. It can happen in the first 5 years. It can happen in the first 10 years, or it may never happen, as the case may be. And parties will now live may go their separate ways along the line. Yeah, so that's it. You're going to be contending with that issue, whether you like it or not. So the man, I'm talking to women now, so I'm speaking about the partner. So that's the man in this case. The second major issue that you're going to be contending with is his family. So if you're so unlucky and you marry into a family where there are a lot of prognosers, people who want to peek into your marriage. They want to be updated every time about what's happening there. And you're so unfortunate that you're married to that man who is basket mouth. Everything happening in your home, he's out there on the street. He tells his friends, he tells his family members, everyone is advising him. He cannot advise himself. You're in for big trouble. So that's one thing you might be dealing with. You're going to be dealing with a lot of, external people. It could be his own siblings, it could be his own relatives who are trying to, turn you into what you were not originally. So you're going to be dealing with all of these issues. So these are issues that you're going to have to learn to deal with. So that's another thing that may take away your peace. The title of this conversation is, if you want peace, don't marry. So the second thing that will take your peace, that may, likely want to take away your peace, is his family. So you think about that as you're considering marriage. So you have to build yourself to be strong enough, for that battle. So yeah, his family. So the third thing that may likely want to take your peace as a married person is children. Yeah. Are you married? Have you started having children? You're going to deal with a lot of personalities. There's so many things that can happen to you when you start having children. All sorts of personality types. They may come from you, they may come from him, they may come from other genes, So all sorts of personality types are expected. These are issues that you have to, be ready to deal with. And if nobody has ever told you that, raising a child is one of the most difficult jobs in the world, much more difficult than any job that you can do, I'm telling you right now, as marriage amiibo, that raising a child is a very, very difficult work. And you have not investigated that, you have not researched about it. It's better that you even maybe marry and decide not to have a child, because that's a totally different experience altogether. A lot of people have had children that have killed them. I tell you, I kid you not. Children that have killed them, both practically killing them, really killing them, or killing you through the problems that could arise from that relationship, from, their development, and so many things, personality, and so many issues that may arise. So if as a woman, Nobody told you that you needed to prepare your mind for children. I am telling you now because this is something that can take away your peace. So I'm going to summarize or end my video right now. And remember, my topic is, if you want peace, don't marry. So I want to read from you. What are your thoughts about what I've said? Are you single? Are you married? Are you considering marriage? If you want peace, you may need to have a rethink about getting married. Yeah. Bye.